Hello and welcome back to What? My name is Beast. So today we're back with Sky Full of Stars, Fine Days. Last time we died of diabetes because of this gorgeous lady. Today we are potentially going to die of diabetes because this adorable little goddamn bundle of sunshine. I don't know. I was trying to think of what to say, but yeah, they're just really kind of shot to the top of the list. Like, I have the CG of her just holding their daughter in hers and Octa's daughter in her arms with just the biggest smile on her face, and I just can't stop smiling, man. It's so fucking adorable, man. It's like the game heard what I wanted and delivered. I'm 100% convinced that somehow, when making this fan disc, the people who made it somehow looked into the future, saw my reactions to Miyaru and decided, you know what? He's saying that he doesn't exactly like our teacher too much. Like, she's fine, basically. Let's fucking change his mind. And they were successful. Anyways, Yoshioka. Also, I really need to, like, increase the size of the webcam. Should be able to increase it by a reasonable amount. Yes. Thanks. I'm trying to start, I guess.
Oh, 任せとけ。
はい。テキパキ済ませちゃいましょう。
The voices resounded in the hushed club room. We stepped inside, driving away all the winter chill that accumulated. The Hoshino-daiichi astronomy club room, a familiar sight to me, much like my own home. Sorry for having you help out, Take.
いいって、俺にとっても憩いの場だからよ。
Also found out that if I actually start at that petition, I'll actually be getting 2 free glasses a year, apparently. So that's neat. At least that's how far I understood everything. Anyways.
それに去年に比べりゃずっと物が少ないし楽だろ。
私が増えたのにですか？
だってこいつがここで寝泊まりしてたからな。
ああ、そういえば聞いたことがあります。
Thinking it struck me with a deep nostalgia. Started living in Sao Tome, moved up a grade. Yamada joined, the Six Stars Club became active. Then the year ended, time sure flew by fast. Ignore that sound. This year, the one where I became a second year, would end soon as well. Before that turning point, we were here, cleaning the club room again. That's the wrong here, I think. Well, let's get started. We'll move the heavy stuff, so can you tidy up the stuff inside, Yamada?
ラジャです。
You can decide what we do and don't need. You're already used to our club activities, so it should be fine.
部長の期待。答えないわけにはいきませんね。
Honest God, Hinami is kind of adorable as well. Things weren't that cluttered, so the workload wouldn't be too much. Basically, the problem was motivation. House cleaning at the end of the year was important.
部長の秘密とか見つかったりしますかね？
お、そういう方向で攻めるか？なら俺も協力すっか。
Sure wish I could help you there. We divided the work and progressed with the cleaning. When I moved to Sao Tome from here, my general and daily necessities were cut down, so stuff we needed for club activities throughout the year piled up instead.
こうして見ると天文部の奇跡って感じがしますね。まさしく天文部ヒストリーですよ。
That's nostalgic. She stared at some bundled documents with narrow eyes. They were a fair amount of PR pamphlets and astronomy. There were, probably, not they were. There were a fair amount of PR pamphlets and astronomy-related materials, records of our club activities. They also served to allow Yamada to relive what she participated in.
本当に無事に終わってよかったですね。プロジェクト。
Oops. Yeah, thanks to everyone's help. We all remembered the event from a few days ago. Project Starlight. Six Stars Club brought together all its power to enact a plan to bring back the bright night. With Hikari back from abroad, taking the center, we worked together, facing numerous obstacles, striving for that goal. And the other day, we closed the curtain on that success.
しかしすげえことをやったもんだよな。
just like
むつら星の会ってよ。俺はだいたい外から見てたようなもんだけど、結構ワクワクしたぞ。
Slightly you're a stranger to us, you know? You're connected to Jino too.
ここでそれ言うか？言っちゃうかお前。憎いなこの野郎。
うわー、一気に調子に乗りました。
Takichi met Jino through the Six Stars Club. Since then, he repeatedly approached her assertively. Now it seems like they were officially involved. Takichi's spring had arrived. If Tak is happy, I am too, as his friend. Hope you guys keep getting along.
仮名だ。幸せにしてみせる。だからお前も頑張れよ。先輩からの助言だぜ。
His teeth sparkled, and he gave a thumbs up. I felt no absence of frustration, but I decided to just give my blessings and leave it at that. By the way, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that my feet are still killing me. Help. Yoshioka after. There needs to be a Yoshioka-Route for the after to actually be there. But I finished the large-scale cleaning with Takichi, then we all moved to tidying things up. Also, depending on how tired I get during this recording, I may hold it early. Like I said, depends all on how tired I get. In order to meet the new year and our new activities smoothly, we proceeded with the cleaning. Looking inside drawers and such, I found various old and surprising things.
こんなもんだな。ゴミ袋もっと必要か？
No, I think this'll be enough. There shouldn't be that much.
じゃあ置いとくぞ。さて。
あ、この本。
Find something?
これは捨てなくていいですよね。大事な古文書ですし。
She pulled a book out of the shelf. Its title. Wow, look, Beginner's Guide to Astronomy. Whoa, that's... Not good. That had Hikari's letter. Wait, no, mind.
どうしたんです部長?
Yeah, we don't need to throw that out. Anyways, put it with the equipment or something. You can do what you want with it. I had that book for a long time and left it in this room. I brought it to Satome when I moved, but when Yamada joined, I thought it would be useful for beginners and put it back.
先輩にとっては思い出の品なのでは？歴史が詰まっているでしょう。
I don't mind. Fill it with your own history from now on.
しかと受けたまわりました。
Definitely had memories, but for a different reason. It held something much more important in its pages before. The letter I was given by Hikari in the past, but no more. In the end, I returned it without opening it. Oh, so these actually... Do these all follow the didn't open it path? Then? Intriguing. Looking at the familiar cover set me into tangled memories for a moment. That was close.
備品にするっつってもかなりボロくなってるだろう。それはお前が持って帰って部には新しい本買えばいいんじゃね？それくらいの部費は出るだろう。
What do you think, Yamada?
いえ、この本だからいいんです。新品では趣が足りませんよ。懐かしいですね。この劣化の痕跡にさえ時の流れを意識して興奮したものです。
I didn't intend to use it as material, but Yamada saw me reading it and got unexpectedly happy. I still remembered her sparkling eyes as she went on about how it was like some ancient document.
先輩は昔から星が好きだったんですね。こんなに汚れてしまうまで夢中になって読み込んで。
It's nothing so just exaggerated. It was a gift to me too, so it's pretty old.
いいじゃないですか。世代を経て継承される書。みんなまとめて私が受け継ぎますから安心してください。
She was in her own world as usual.
幼少時より空の星と共にあるなんて素敵です。
Doesn't feel so bad when you say that, but just then my phone went off.
光
Yoshioka.
私の方にも来てますね。
She sent it not to me personally, but the Six Stars Club group chat. Her message appeared on my phone screen.
失礼します。むつら星の会の連絡です。先日伝えたと思いますが、今年のうちに最後のミーティングを開く予定です。プロジェクトスターライトの報告など、いろいろ共有することもあるかと思います。
Six Stars Club's president, Yoshioka's message was as conscientious and diligent as ever. Got it. There are no changes to the date and time, right?
はい。予定通りに行います。よろしくお願いします。
年の瀬の挨拶って感じかな。よろしくね。
Came on?
わかりました。よろしくお願いします。
Other messages of acknowledgement flowed in a short moment of the club's palpable liveliness. I came to look forward to our gatherings. Not just me, but many others shared in the awe of watching the stars, burning the sight into your eyes. And now the Six Stars Club was growing. Through Project Starlight, the responses sent to things like our blog were steadily expanding in scale. Our dream took a certain tangible form. You could truly say the club's activities were in orbit, the cause of which being the sincere feelings of the members who supported the club. I believed we wouldn't have to succeed with a single piece missing. We wouldn't have succeeded with a single piece missing. Hikari didn't just string us along, signed Korona and even our current president Yoshioka.
なんだ面白い写真でも送られてきたのか
Why is that where you go to? It's just a normal meeting
だ
reminder.
ってニヤニヤしながら見てたしよ。てっきりそういうものかと。
Can't help it, I'm excited.
ワクワク
We're getting a lot of response with the project over. If we write that tailwind, we'll be able to do even more things from now on. We can share the wonder of stargazing with more people. Don't you get excited too, Yamada?
確かにいいかもしれないです。
I had no idea if we were on the same page, but it seems my feelings got
で
through.
は私も失礼して。年内最後の会合ですね。私も出席してよいでしょうか。
Yamada joined the group chat. For the most part, it was a gathering of fellow presidents, so she had no obligation, but...
構いません。余裕があればお願いします。
ありがとうございます。今年最後のプリンセスとの開口ですから、気合を入れていきます。
お手柔らかにお願いします。
Please! From the sounds of it, that was intentional too.
すみません。お願いします。
So I made a typo, presumably from being flustered. It was embarrassing not being able to erase messages at times like these. Yeah, I had to be careful.
いいですね。しまふ。むつら星の会の挨拶にしましょう。
No. Don't tease it too much. The exchange finished and I
しか
sighed.
しアキトお前変わったな。
Taka stared at me with distant eyes. What are those eyes for? Did I say something weird?
別に文句言ってるわけじゃねえって。褒めてる方向だよ。やっぱお前は星を見る天文部員なんだろ。去年のお前よりも生き生きしてる。
Taka. Compared to when I stubbornly misinterpreted Hikari's true intentions, well, it was way more fun for sure. Compared to when it stubbornly misinterpreted Hikari's true intentions, now was way more fun for sure. I wanted people who didn't know the joy of stargazing that we did to learn of it. Honestly feeling that was the biggest change in me this past year.
そういうことだ。天文が好きなんだろ。これからも頑張れよ。
Thanks. I'm happy to have you cheering me on.
いいってことよ。
Right now, I enjoyed astronomy from the bottom of my heart. Couldn't have made it here alone. I won't be able to move forward alone either. The Six Stars Club was a gathering of companions who had the same passion. I'll do my best from now on as one such member. Opening. Yep. Mlem. 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 Astronomy Club.
以上がインターネット上での反響です。
Our special meeting wrapped up the events after Project Starlight. Yoshioka's words took on a somewhat exalted feel, but that was natural and not limited to her.
一番の懸念だったプロジェクトの趣旨についても多くの人が理解を示してくれました。
みんなに星に興味を持ってもらうですね。
はい、好意的な反応が増えていますし、何より会の活動内容がちゃんと認識されていることがはっきりしましたね。
I remember the time when I was slightly creeped out by expressions.
じゃあ、改めてこのプロジェクトは
A huge success.
やったー!
Members took surveys of people in the shopping districts and collected data on our reputation online. Laying eyes on it all made the accomplishment feel real.
皆さん、ありがとうございました。特にひかりさん。
私？
She turned to Hikari and lowered
プ
her
ロ
head.
ジェクトの発案者であり、それに率先してみんなを引っ張ってくれました。このプロジェクトの一番の功労者ですから。会長として心から感謝します。ありがとうございました。
いやー、それほどでも。私は思いついたことを言ってるだけって感じだったし。
It doesn't change the fact that you were the one who instigated this entire project.
それを実現できたのは、やっぱりみんなの頑張りが大きいでしょ。
But it wouldn't. Nobody would have been able to work hard if you didn't conceive the idea first. Right? Even you, Yoshioka, brought us all together as the president.
そうでしょうか。
I'm not saying that Hikari is 100% credited for this. It's just that she shouldn't be so humble. She had a large part in this. She gave a troubled smile. She still wasn't used to compliments, I guess. I thought it looked good that she had a good hang of the president job, though. I thought it looked like she had a good hang of the president job, though.
とにかくこれでいいアピールになったっすね。
Winning is hard, okay? Shut the fuck up.
この雰囲気なら来年度はもっと部員が増えるかもしれねえっす。
うちもそれを期待してるよ。
Kamonakajima and Toyoda wore uncharacteristically bright smiles. They would definitely be good
むしろ
leaders.
そうなってくれないと僕が困るんだけどね。先輩に怒られる。
And just as quickly as it came, Toyoda's smile twitched. Despite Gino's position as an alumna, her and Toyoda's junior-senior relationship seemed it would continue on.
では、プロジェクトの反響についてはこの辺りにしましょう。各自、
The
今
eye
後
is
の
still
ブログのコ
slightly
メントな
elevated.
どもチェックしてみてください。今後の活動方針もまとめやすくなると思いますので。
あ、そうだ。ブログについてなんですけど、いいでしょうか。
はい、どうぞ。
Toyoda raises his hand and started speaking.
今度、部活じゃなくて個人的に星の写真を撮ろうと思ってるんです。でもせっかくだから、 その写真をブログで紹介するっていうのはどうでしょうか？
問題ないと思いますが。
She looked to everyone and received nods of proof.
何の写真を撮るんだ？
来月の11日に3惑星接近の機会があってね、その様子を撮影するんだよ。
3惑星接近？どういうこと？聞いたことがありますね。惑星同士が並んで見えるという幻の。
Different from the stars in the sky, planets revolved around the sun like the Earth. Looking at them from the Earth, they moved through the sky with different movements to other celestial bodies. Because their orbital periods differed, depending on the situation, many could close in and overlap each other. That was a planetary approach.
今回は水星と木星、それに土星がかなり近づいて観測できるんです。見れる時間が日が沈んだ後の短い間なので、うまく撮れるとは言い切れないんですが、よければブログの記事の題材にしてください。
わかりました。よろしくお願いします。
Planetary approaches were quite interesting as far as stargazing went. Surely others felt the same. Why to make an announcement before that? So we can tell people, like, look at sky at this time to see something interesting.
あ、いいんじゃないかな。空を見るいい機会になるね。
割と地味な絵面になりそうですけど、大丈夫でしょうか？
ポエムも載せてうまくまとめればきっと大丈夫じゃない？満足してもらえるよ。
おうおう、それならやるっす。任せてください。
では、ブログの更新計画に加えておきましょう。内容に関してはお任せしますので。
Things wrapped up with everyone on board with Toyoda's ideas. We could actually feel everyone actively pursuing club activities. Thus, this meeting came to an end. I don't know why I did that. Oh,
部
shoot.
長、どうしました？
We headed home after the meeting, but I noticed something upon going outside. I think I forgot my pen. Dug in my bag and pockets, but I couldn't find it
な
anywhere.
いと困るものです。次の時に取りに行けば。
Going all the way to next year's a little, I'll go back and look for it.
もう閉まってたりは。
Then there'll be nothing I can do, but, well, go on without
わ
me.
かりました。では部長もお気をつけて。
I separated from Yamada and jogged back to the Meiko club room. As I hoped, someone still seemed to be inside. A voice returned my
どう
knock.
ぞ。
Excuse me, you were still here, Yoshioka? After the meeting, only she remained, writing something down in a notebook at a desk.
空見くんは何を？
Forgot something. It was around here. Seems I dropped it while putting files away. I found it under the desk and retrieved it safely. Seeing me do so, Yoshioka finally returned to the notebook. What are you doing?
今日の議事録です。忘れないうちにまとめておきたくて。
Wasn't Korona the secretary? Korona became Yoshioka's junior after entering Meiko Academy. I heard she did her job well in her own way, despite stumbling at times, but...
用事があって早く帰らないといけないと。なので今日は代理です。
Sounds rough, good work.
いえ、このくらいは。会長はもっと大変でしたから。
Wasn't she the president right now?
すみません。元会長ですね。
That shit! Hold on. Whoops. I don't know why, but like my leg just hurts somewhere around here. And I can't see like any kind of injury that would cause the pain. It just hurts and I have no idea why. It's fucking weird. Ow, my fucking feet! I'm not gonna move at all tomorrow. Like all of them are, just not move at all. Got the fucking day free, might as well utilize it in a useful way. Also, my toe hurts. Specifically the part where my toe and toenail connect. I don't know why. Probably just been standing too much lately. No, I'm not mad or anything. Shiratori parted from the club and Yoshioka inherited the presidency. But her timidity led her to asking Shiratori for help often. In regards to that, I believe Shiratori put her under strict orders to call her former president rather than president. She nearly lost her footing numerous times too, especially this year with the various things the Six Stars Club did. The emblem of which being Project Starlight. You could say it succeeded, but it wasn't smooth sailing by any means. We faced all manner of setback throughout the process, some of which putting its continuance in danger. After we overcame them, and could speak of it like a success story. But we overcame them and could speak of it like a success story.
あの人の願いがようやく叶いそうなんですね。
She muttered something, but I looked, her pen stopped moving and she seemed to be in thought. Didn't feel like going home with my business over, so I decided to talk with her for a while. Shiratori's?
はい、常々言っていました。この天文部を部員たちの活気に満ちた場所にしたいと。むつら星の会が復活して、それが夢物語ではなくなってきて、本当に喜んでいましたから。だから、空見くんにも本当に感謝しています。もちろん、私もです。
The Ancient One's Evil Eye. I don't know why I just randomly remembered that. She showed her appreciation with a light bow. Her earnest, polite demeanor never changed. Having a lively astronomy club was your wish too, then?
はい。やっと
Too hot.
元会長の期待に応えられたかなって、そう思いますから。
She sighed. The expression on her face was probably relief.
正直言えば、リーダーシップというものとは縁遠い人間だと、私自身そう思っていまし
She
た。
did seem more like a supporter kind of character. You did?
はい。元会長もそれは分かっていたと思うんです。実際最初はつまずくことも多かったですし、みんなに迷惑をかけてしまうことも、それでも、皆さんに助けられて、むつら星の会が存続できているんです。感謝してもしきれません。
Felt just a tad bit of discomfort from the naturalness with which she spoke those words. Since she became president, I saw the way she underestimated herself many times. But I didn't think that. She did her job well. If she didn't, I don't think we would be here now. I don't think it was just that you had help. I don't think you're the furthest thing from a leader either. I'm sure Shiratori thinks so too. Didn't she name you as the next president because she thought you were the most fit for the job, not simply because you were her junior?
そうでしょうか。買いかぶりだと思いますが。
She looked dubious. Sometimes you have to be nice and straight. I think even Project Starlight's success is due, in large part, to you.
私の働きが？
Yeah, problems came up. We groped for solutions, and there were times it didn't go well, obviously. You thought the most rationally at those times, realistically aligned our direction. I think everyone could move forward without worry because we had a president like that behind us.
そういう印象はあまりないのですが、私、急な事態に対応するのは苦手ですし。
That certainly was part of her. It was only a part I'd learned of through our brief acquaintance. But she had many times of weakness. Well, I guess you could call that side cute.
何ですか、それ。
A different pose! And it's an adorable one! She doesn't know like, even if I thought back to, like, the beginning of Asphos, I probably wouldn't think this looks creepy even the slightest. This is adorable. Even perfect people get tired, right? A little weakness makes you want to support them by their side.
それは、褒めている要素なんですか？
Nobody's perfect, bitch! That was hard to phrase. But there were also my honest feelings towards her. For example, like how you're acting timid right now. Makes me want to cheer you up. She finally realized my intent. She seemed to lose her words, despite how depressingly she spoke earlier. In any case, having the people around you rely on you more than you'd think. I do, for instance.
空見くんが、私を？
Yeah, I rely on you, President. She looked down, looking a little troubled. But she didn't seem gloomy. She rose her head once more and smiled faintly.
以前はかなりプレッシャーを感じていたんですよ。
From the former president?
元会長のようにやっていける自信はありませんでしたから。そんな気持ちではいけないと怒られることもありましたけれどね。
She tried to carry out her job while receiving guidance from Shiratori. I definitely remember her seeing that kind of thing often when she first assumed her position. But now...
そうですね。なんとかうまくやっていけてると言っていいんでしょうか。
Of course, the club's going on. More than that, it's getting bigger. It's a result of everyone being able to work hard with your support.
そう言っていただけると気分も楽になりますね。
She smiled calmly and returned to wrapping things up with her
きっ
notebook.
と会長としてやっていけているのも空見くんのような人のサポートのおかげですから。
She muttered while moving her pen. Thanks. I decided to meekly accept her words in spite of my slight embarrassment. Then silence. Is there anything I can help with?
忘れ物を取りに来ただけですよね。
I'm already here, so I wondered if I could do anything. Thanks for always, since I said all that. She thought for a moment, then brought out a bundle of
ネット
papers.
上の反響を集めた資料です。部の記録に残すので簡単にまとめていただけると助かります。
Leave it to me. Alone in the room together, we proceeded with work. We spent a quiet time after that. Nighttime, I relaxed in my room. I felt the harsh cold on my skin, so I buried myself in the kotatsu to escape it. Browsed my phone to kill time. Now there's more. I looked at the Six Stars Club blog. Reports on the aftermath of Project Starlight had increased. It wasn't just a town on the day off. Reactions online were fired up too. Yoshioka's messages conveyed gratitude to the interested people who participated in various ways. She was totally giving it her all. Pressure, huh? I remembered what we talked about. Her feelings towards the job she bore, her admiration for Shiratori, her sense of responsibility to meet expectations. I wonder if I eased the burden on her heart a little today. Maybe I was nosy, but my desire to support her was genuine. If she had worries, it'd be nice if I could rid them little by little through our daily interactions. I opened my contacts and looked through the rows of numbers. I conferred Yoshioka's name and began moving my fingers, but maybe Shiratori felt the same. Former president, now alumna, Shiratori. I decided to try messaging her. Good evening. What are you doing right now?
見たんですわ。
A message came back with a picture. Oranges were stacked in a pyramid on the table. What was she doing? Oranges,
ど
huh?
ういったご用件でしょう。
The exchange was completely meaningless. A report on the special meeting
何
today.
か素敵なことはありましたか？
Variety of
な
things.
らせっかくですし、電話でも。
A phone call came no sooner than the
こん
message.
ばんは、空見くん。
I still adore that sweater. It's been a long time, Shiratori. Our chances to meet directly went down since she graduated from Keiko. Mako. Not Keiko. My back kinda straightened upon hearing her voice. I adjusted my sloppy posture and attended to her shrewdly.
そうですわね。何かありましたか？
I just never properly thanked you for the project. After the project. Made it a success with your help, thank
こ
you.
ちらこそ素晴らしいものを見させていただきましたわ。こんな形で多くの人に天文の輪が広がっていくなんて、まさに夢に見た光景でしたもの。
Also, Octo is a goddamn psychopath since he's holding his phone to his left ear. Like, I always grab the phone with the right, answer it with the right, and hold it to the right.
私の方こそ感謝しなければなりません。本当に
Fuck.
感謝いたしますわ。
No, it was nothing. Sincere words made me inadvertently lower my head, phone in hand. It came up during the meeting that we might definitely see the response take shape next year.
来年度というと新入生ですわね。
Yeah, I think everyone's going to grow. Everywhere is going to grow, I mean. My heart leapt, imagining that future.
本当に素晴らしいことです。
Shiratori, as well, whispered with deep emotion. She was the first person to want to invigorate the Six Stars Club and bring it back to activity. Her feelings of joy must have been stronger than anyone else's.
まあ本当はすでに吉岡から話を聞いていたのですが。
I thought so. Sorry you had to hear a repeat.
いえ、構いません。むしろありがたいことです。部員が増えることもそうですが、そのことを心から喜んでいそうな空見くんの声が聞けてよかったですわ。
I'm embarrassed to hear that. I heard something from Takichi too, but were my emotions that bad? At any rate, the Six Stars Club is secure. I think we'll be able to do a lot more from here on out.
喜ばしいことですわ。欲を言えば、私の代でそれをやりたかったという気分もなきにしもあらずですが、まったく OG という立場が恨めしいですわ。
She spoke in a joking tone, though she was probably half serious.
でも私の代わりに吉岡が見届けてくれるなら十分満足ですわね。
Yeah, she's doing well as a president. Yoshioka inherited the Six Stars Club, as she desired, which Shiratori revived as she herself desired. Futures they wished for mutually took shape. I assume one could say that. Her reply stagnated. Where's something I said?
本当は少し心苦しい部分もあったんです。
What do you mean?
吉岡は本当に真面目ですから、いつでも迷うことなく私を慕ってくれていましたわ。でもそれが重荷になってしまっていないかと、それが少しばかり気がかりですわね。本当なら私の部を受け継ぐだけでなく、吉岡がやりたいことをやれる場所を与えてあげたかった。
Yoshioka had said she felt pressure, but I think that was a different story. Didn't think the things Yoshioka wanted to do conflicted with what we were doing now. She was serious to a fault and didn't often show emotion. Yet I believe her words of joy at Project Starlight's success were real.
空見くんから見てどうでしょう、今の吉岡は。
Oops. Thinking she's okay? She's enjoying astronomy together with us. If she's ever frazzled, I'll support her. We're friends with the same ambition, after all. Those words naturally left my mouth.
と安心ですわね。空見くんの方から言っていただけてより安心しました。
Why is that?
吉岡のことをお願いしますと伝えるつもりでいました。これなら安心していられそうですわ。
Even to me, supporting our president is one of the duties of a member.
期待しています。ではそろそろ切らせていただきますわ。
Right. Thank you for hearing me
こ
out.
ちらこそ良い言葉が聞けました。それではおやすみなさい。
and call and put my phone down. My upright posture naturally collapsed. Yet I thought he still worried for Yoshioka. Even now their bonds as senior and junior remained unchanged. And I, as well, felt new information to my fellow club member. I was glad I contacted her. It's up to me, huh? Am I set on our future activities? I wondered what would happen among all the change. I hope we would find a spark as we passed our days. Oh, there will be a spark, but not quite the spark you're imagining. I honestly God hope we will never see Miharu in this route, because I'm gonna feel bad. A new year! The New Year's Day announced its beginning. I opened my eyes before afternoon after finishing the New Year's Eve shift. Cold air flowed into the room while I opened the window, blowing away any remaining drowsiness. Normally I would close it right away and take refuge in the kotatsu, but I couldn't lie around. Such a nice day. The expanding sky and glaring sunlight were perfectly pleasant for celebrating the new year. I had no plans other than work, but I do my best to spend the day comfortably. You had to do it, didn't you? I know it's inevitable since they live in the same house, you know, but don't make me sad. Just fuck off. Give me the goddamn CG. Give me the goddamn CG, I said. Wrong CG. I mean, that's a nice CG, but not what I want right now. Like, Margaret Smile could fucking end world wars, but still. It really just doesn't want to show up right now. I don't know why. That's a nice CG, but it's not the CG I'm looking for. Also, the kids in the goddamn Hikari after story of base game Asphos literally they just look like kid versions of the two of them, which is just kind of not that cool. That's why I actually think I like Miharu more, because the kid looks more than just a copy paste of them. There we go. Like, she actually looks like her own character. Like, she very much seems to have, like, the hair color of the MC, I think. Is the best way to say it. Like, you actually, like, see, like, some kind of mix in there. And that's nice. Very nice, in fact. Anyways, let's keep suffering. Sensei shivered outside Saltome. Brooms in hand, we cleaned the path in front of the store together. The cold wind pierced our skin. Honest to God, I don't feel like recording anymore.
現代人って辛いわね。普段アクセが働いてるんだから、正月くらいドーンと休みなさいよ。ねえ。
It's always a holiday for you. In that case, and plays with kids these days, you can work like mad on New Year's.
言ってくれるわね。生意気な。あんたに付き合ってあげてるようなもんなんだからね。
And I want him to stick around you for your sake too. Have a happy family, you assholes! No matter how you swing it, it's the opposite.
へりくつ言わないの。
Till earlier, Sensei was about to save her New Year's spent doing nothing. But she got kicked outside by her mom.
やることないなら掃除でもしてなさい。
だったらアキトも手伝いなさい。
She wrapped me into it as if she'd rather us both die if she had to. Though I wasn't really doing this reluctantly. Well, it's so nice out anyway. I don't hate me having to move around outside like this.
やめてよ、優等生ぶるの。相対的に私がみっともなく見える。
Because in your current state you are sad. Go to the planetarium, get a job. Marry Octo, have a kid together. By comparison, I didn't think she needed to say that at all.
疲れた。もうダメ。寒くて体が動かない。なんか眠くなってきた。ねえ、小太郎、代わりに掃除しといて。
She started rambling on about nonsense with vacant eyes, her limit already reached.
この反応は、奴が接近中か。
She looked at Kotaro and perked up, then started glancing around. Seriously, what was this person
あっ
doing?
ちね。よーし。
Oh no. Then she dashed off. I thought she planned to run, but she still held the broom, so that wasn't it. Followed her with my eyes, and a figure appeared around the corner Sensei ran to. It was Korona. She quickly pushed the broom on her and then ran off. So she really did run.
何これ、ほうき？どうすればいいの？
Sorry, Korona Sensei. Huh? When I came closer, someone unexpected was following behind her. Yoshioka, why are you here?
コロナさんと一緒に新年の挨拶がてらあちこち回っていまして。今のは早乙女先輩ですよね。
I'm sorry for the trouble she caused.
もしかしてコロナも一緒に掃除しろってこと？
Korona guessed at the circumstances from the broom in my hand and the one she was given. Don't worry about it, I'll tell the manager.
いいよ、どうせ暇だし頑張っちゃおう。
She started cleaning the front of the store eagerly for some reason. Free? Aren't you guys going around greeting people?
いえ、ここで最後です。早乙女は年末深夜まで営業してるから午前中に行っても秋兄に迷惑だよとコロナさんが。
I see. Oh, that's exactly the case. Having my private life understood was a little embarrassing.
忘れていました。空見くん、明けましておめでとうございます。
She faced me again and bowed deeply. I consciously straightened my posture at her reverent attitude. Yeah, Happy New Year. I hope it's a good one. As always, she no one for manners or sincerity. She had manners? Don't you mean like manners? I'm talking about the way of acting, not the houses. She had a calm mood, totally opposite from Korona.
あら、コロナちゃん？どうして掃除してるの？
あ、おばちゃん、明けましておめでとうございます。みはるちゃんから仕事を引き継ぎました。
あの子はまったく。
あきにも掃除してるんだよね。なら暇だし、お手伝いします。
あら、悪いね。なら後で上がっていきなよ。お餅あるから。
ありがとうございます。
The conversation went on before I knew it. Well, that was how it always was.
本当に自由な人ですね、コロナさん。
You never get tired talking to her, though. If you're free, would you like to come in?
いいんですか？
It's fine, the manager would probably be delighted. Yoshioka came by here occasionally for the astronomy club, so the manager knew her. We had more than enough time on we have had more than enough time on my hands too, so I was sure she'd welcome
な
her.
ら私も掃
On
除
our
を手伝
hands,
いましょう。
probably.
その後お邪魔することにします。
On the mentally refreshing first day of the new year, I soon found an opportunity to talk with Yoshioka. Considering what Shiratori said to me, I decided to deepen our interactions. We went inside after finishing up cleaning. Oranges! Presented some oranges I had on hand in front of them.
どうしたの、あきに。
Nothing, I just contacted Shiratori a while back. That was the first thing she sent me. I showed them the log on my
それ
phone.
はどういう意味なの？
あの人らしい気もしますね。
Yoshioka smiled, her nervousness seemingly loosened.
いい匂いがしてきた。近づいてくる。
Korona leaned on the kotatsu and looked at the door like that. Her eyes narrowed. Just then it opened that the manager
お
came in.
餅焼けたよ。どうぞ食べていって。
はい、ありがとうございます。
はーい、ゆっくりしていってね。
I placed the dish lined with food and grilled seaweed, then went back. The fragrant smell of soy sauce stimulated my appetite.
いただいてしまっていいんでしょうか。
Yup, cleaning, so help yourself.
あてて部長、これ美味しいよ。
では、遠慮なく。
She timidly poked it, being cautious of the heat, and took it in her hands and started eating. Worked up an appetite, too, so I dug in.
美味しいですね。正月って感じがします。
You don't get many chances to eat mochi outside times like this, after all.
そうだ、写真も撮っておきましょう。
ついでに姫ちゃんにも送ってあげようよ。餅ですわーって。
それもいいですね。では、早速。
She pointed her phone camera to the mochi on the plate. So you still talk with Shiratori often?
たまに会ったりもしています。卒業しても私にとっては大切な先輩ですから。
That it looks like gore. After Yoshioka joined, and before meeting us, they continued the Maker Astronomy Club together. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Wasn't like they didn't do any club activities like me, so it must have been hard and even more a hard and even more memorable time. Felt slightly jealous of their bond. They'll probably get more members next year. When that happens, even Corona will start being called senpai.
そう思うと緊張する。部長みたいにできるかな。
You've had it together lately, so I'm sure you'll be fine. I can feel it by looking at you during our meetings and stuff.
そうなの？アキ兄から見てもコロナはちゃんとやれてる？
You felt like sisters in the past, and now it's like you're a proper under and upperclassman. Corona had more chances to be by Yoshioka than any of us, as a junior of the same club. Right now, I thought you did well advising the president.
私も助かっています。コロナさんがいてくれてよかったですよ。会議の要点をまとめて記録する仕事など、私よりも上手にできていますし。
いえいえ、そんな部長を見習ってるだけですよ。
It felt like they had gotten used to their relationship. It seemed they would go on to inherit the club's history together, like Shiratori once did.
すみません。少し席を外します。
Need to do something? After finishing eating, we were relaxed while chatting for some time when Yoshioka stood up.
少し電話を。
Ah, toilet. He lightly bowed and left the room. Who's she calling, I wonder? Shiratori?
多分トイレだよ。アキにデリカシーないな。
You have no delicacy for just straight up telling him. It's not that he has no delicacy, he's just a dumbass. Ah, sorry. I shrunk at Korona's critical gaze, and he was a little bad with those kinds of considerations. Even though Shiratori entrusted Yoshioka to me, I still lacked diligence. You'll be president next year, right, Korona?
そうだね。なんか時間湧かないけどな。
Well, we've got quite the reactions, so might not just be one or two people coming, but a lot more.
そんなに賑やかになったらコロナの責任重大だよ。
Plus, it's right around when the Six Stars Club itself will have members rotating out. It might be rough, but do your best, okay?
先輩たちのためにも全力でやります。ひなみんとかもいるし大丈夫だよね。
Yeah, but huh? She definitely was earnest and did her job thoroughly. Her occasional weird thought that overflowed could be charming, I suppose. Hachi.
困ったら助け合う。そのためのむつら星の会だよね。うん。
アッキ兄が部長のサポートしてるみたいな感じでさ、違う学校の人とも助け合いが大事だよ。
Fuck, I spilled some Doritos. Just put that in here. Fuck out of here. I'm not playing Minecraft though. Did you really just reference that? Oh boy, I can feel the bead growing. You know, that joke would probably work better on someone that actually doesn't have a beard. That motherfucker! Don't worry, those didn't fall too far. They were not on the floor. They were in my lap, which I do not consider dirty, especially since, you know, I'm wearing pants. Oh yeah? I haven't done anything big though.
そうなの？でも前の回もコロナの代わりに仕事してくれたんでしょ？
Last meeting. The last meeting in last year. How do you know
部
that?
長が話してたよ。すごく助かったって。
That's so. I wasn't expecting it. I thought you just made work for me since I went and suggested it. Just grateful enough to go out of a way to tell Corona? Didn't look that busy though.
君、ほんと頑張ってるよね。サブリーダーって感じだよ。
Maybe. I don't mean to be doing anything all that special.
またまた、謙遜しちゃって。
It's more or less that Tori told me to support her too. I did do it before that, so in actuality the order was backwards. My feelings were the same though, so it probably didn't matter.
姫ちゃんのために、あれ？アキ兄って姫ちゃんを狙ってたりしたんだっけ？
Why's that where you go to? I don't have any. I don't have an ulterior motive like that.
そっか。そうだよね。びっくりした。
I just want to cheer on someone genuinely doing their best. Shioka's seriously a good person. Not just in a way we both love the stars. She strove to revive the dying Six Stars Club alongside Shiratori. She wasn't someone to deliberately boast about achieving it, but I still wanted to sing her praises. Maybe this is something that needs saying again, but
何？
I want to support her too. I'm also trusting her with you.
頑張る。逆に助けてもらう方が多いかもしれないけど。
That's plenty. I'm sure you can do it. No matter what happened from now on, I wanted to face and overcome it. Did Yoshioka hear all that because it was actually a call?
失礼しました。
Right then, Yoshioka came back. Korona rose her head and quietly stared at her.
コロナさん、どうしました？アキ兄から頼まれました。部長のことをよろしく頼むと。
Don't just go out and tell her! That's embarrassing! It was a nice, clear day to start a new year. Time I spent with my unexpected visitors pleasantly and noisily went by. And then at some point they just hear Miyoru's screams of agony as she encounters the manager upon coming home. The lazy New Year's ended, the third semester began. Even as the cold worsened, astronomy club activities continued unhindered. After Project Starlight, the Six Stars Club became known to many people. Our wish for them to know of the joy of stargazing was coming true. We didn't have a specific goal, but we were all excited. The objective for the time being was to get more members for the Hoshino Daiichi Astronomy Club. Early in the new semester, Yamada and I thought on this together. Things like what would be most interesting to an astronomy novice.
確かにいろいろありますね。
Yamada nodded while looking at the computer screen. She was looking into future astronomical events, running her eyes over things like a space simulator, quite happily. Six Stars Club's plans should be in there too, so you can check them out for
ラ
reference.
ジャです。お任せください。はあ、星がどんどん加速していきます。1000年後、2000年後、1万年後の星空。この星を見上げる未来のむつら星たち。
I'm not sure it'll go on that long. We passed club time together. Takeichi came in occasionally, but we more often spent it with club members. Just like how Yoshioka and Korona worked hard as senior and junior, Yamada and I felt natural doing these club activities together. Saya or Takeichi came to the club room a lot before, so I didn't have much of an impression that I was alone. But I really was grateful to have official members other than myself.
銀河を見てたら喉が渇いてしまいました。
She looked up, then towards the shelf. Shall we make something to drink?
いえいえ、先輩の手を煩わせるわけには自分でできます。
Sit down, don't worry about it. I'm the one who's got nothing to do. I suppressed her as she went to stand and started preparing some coffee.
先輩は何というか、尽くすタイプですか？
I haven't really thought that much about
で
it.
すよね。むしろプリンセスに尽かれる方なんですよね。
What? Yamada spouting nonsense was a common occurrence. I made us each our coffee and relaxed. Yamada seemed to be browsing through the Six Stars Club's past
いつ
blogs.
かはまた、あの時みたいに、プロジェクトスターライトみたいな大きなイベントを今年もやったりするんです。
She looked up from the computer screen and turned her gaze to me. Despite her usual vacant, often hard-to-read expression, her passion for astronomy was certain. I was sure she would use that passion to be of assistance to the Six Stars Club this
例
year.
えば、今年だと、ペルセウス座流星群がいい条件で見られるとか。
Yeah, I think we'll end up observing it. I'm not just sure in what way.
大々的にはできないです。
Well, it might actually be even bigger. If it is, what can we do? What we can do will change, right? At that time, the ones to lead us won't be us, but you and Korona. Change will surely come to even this club room next year. More members will join, other than just us two, and I'll be a third year. When things got busy, the juniors inherited the presidency. She was my obvious candidate. I felt the thought for a moment. Yamada's dim eyes stared at me. I talked about this with Korona too, but next year I'll retire, and when that then happens, you'll inevitably be the next president.
そうなりますね。
Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but if you're ever worried about something, I want you to talk to me.
不安なことは、正直、なんとかなると思っています。いきなり放り出されるわけでもないんですし、先輩だって、しばらくは一緒にいてサポートしてくれるでしょ？
Yeah, I intend to. I couldn't ignore it if my precious junior had trouble. A sense of responsibility resided in my heart. Thus the generations turned repeatedly, and the Six Stars Club's history would pile up. They weren't Yamada's words, but it felt awfully romantic.
そう思うと、今できることも大事なのかもしれませんね。
Yamada suddenly spoke up. Things we can do right now?
私は、今の部活も好きですよ。これくらいの密度もちょうどいいかなって。でも、もし、大勢の部員が来たら、ブラックホール化は避けられません。
What? What is this scenario you're assuming? She ran her fingers in a circle on the desk. Always with her unique ideas.
人同士のつながりも、重力みたいなものでしょ？密度次第では動きづらくなるとか。
You prefer the quiet?
いえ、別に。人が多いのもそれはそれで楽しいと思います。
Oh,
ただやっぱりどっちも好きですから、今の自由度を楽しむのもいいかなって。
Can't say I don't get what you mean. Down my coffee inside. You haven't absorbed yourself in the computer once again. Things we can do because it's right now. Tell them those words in our quiet astronomy club. That night, I passed time literally buried in the kotatsu in my room. My conversation with Yamada flashed across the back of my mind amidst the calm atmosphere. If membership grew, the things we could do would change. Possibilities increased on one hand, but on the flip side, we wouldn't be able to move as easily. Maybe I didn't need to think on it so deeply, but maybe it'd be an opportunity to do something. With that in mind, I took my phone.
11日の撮影
I contacted Toyota first. A while back, he said he was going to personally take photos of the planetary approach. Why are you doing
ダ
it?
ム湖に行く予定。多分あそこならちゃんと撮れるだろうから。
Good, things could work out if it wasn't too far. Would it be fine if more people were there?
誰か来るの？
According to the plan, Toyota would go take pictures to be presented on the blog. Nothing about a stargazing meet or anything was scheduled. But an astronomical event was happening. I felt like it'd be a waste to just watch it alone. If it's all the same, I wonder if anyone might be able to meet. I was going to ask after this, so I don't know if anyone can, though.
観望会をやるってこと？
That's the idea. But probably a small one.
こっちは構わないよ。ただあまりいい条件じゃないし、僕の方は撮影に集中って感じだけどいい？
That's fine, thanks. Now then, next was the group chat. Hi, I have something to talk about. There's sun, but it's about the planetary approach observation.
何どうしたの？
Several members' reactions immediately came back. If you want to, why not gather and watch the stars together? Toyota said he wouldn't mind other people being there. The location will be the usual clearing above the reservoir. We'd gather before sunset to observe the planetary approach. After that, we could enjoy the darkening sky for some time. Small stargazing meet just for us, unrelated to the information on the blog. But we were still astronomy club members. We didn't ever want to forget our interest in the night sky.
したいけど無理っぽいかも。
すんません。楽しそうっすけど、予定入れちゃったっす。
No, it's my bad for springing this so suddenly. I suspected many people couldn't respond either. It was an abrupt idea, so nothing could be done about
オ
that.
ッケー、行く。今年最初の観望会だね。私も多分大丈夫。行ってもいいかな。
But people still joined. I wouldn't have minded if no one did, so I was grateful.
私も問題ないです。せっかくですし、参加させていただきます。
You shook it
夕
too.
方5時くらいには準備を済ませる感じだから、その前にはもうついてるかと思います。
わかりました。よろしくお願いします。
With this, our mini meet plan hastily came together. With casual arrangements calmed down for the most part, I put down my phone inside. Again, those going other than Toyota would be Hikari, Saya, Yoshioka, and I. With as many, it should be way more fun than doing it alone. Although stargazing meets usually gathered after dark, it sounded interesting to do so before sunset and watch the sky's color change. I should check the stars that'll be visible. I proposed it, so doing some preliminary research for everyone was important. My phone went off. Was someone else joining?
ちょっと電話しても良いでしょうか。
It was Yoshioka. I wonder what she needed. I don't mind. Instead of moving to do it myself, but hers came a step faster. Hello, Yoshioka?
はい。夜分に失礼します。
I heard her calm voice. What could have happened for her to go out of her way to call me? Could it be about just
は
now?
い。ちょっと気になることがあって、履歴に残すようなことでもないかなと。
Did you have plans you didn't
いえ、
mention?
そういうわけではなく、どう言えばいいか。
She stammered, choosing her words. Then, came brief silence. I waited without pressing her.
どうしてこの話を？何か理由があるんですか？
Was it actually a bother?
そんなことはないです。私も参加しますし、それは問題ありません。ただ、空見くんは予定をしっかり立てて行動するタイプかと。
And nothing wrong with some spontaneity every now and again.
さっきみたいな話はちょっと意外に思いまして。
Like I said, nothing wrong with some spontaneity every now and again. I'm going on a walk. Forget the walk. Hold on. Hey, look, what the fuck those are called, real quick. It's literally just the back of the knee. Basically, the back of both of my knees just hurts. I mean, I wasn't gonna go on a walk anyway, so that's literally just a bit, but it's a bit I regret. I didn't think about it too much, but if anything, I thought you were the one good at that kind of thing. Hold on. Well, I didn't think about it too much, but if anything, I thought you were the one good at that kind of thing.
そうですか。すみません。変なことを聞いて。
Nope, it's fine. There definitely was a spark for it, at least.
きっかけ？今回の話の？
I had the reason for it clearly inside me. I didn't know how Yoshioka would think of it, but I decided to properly tell her. I talked with Yamada, and the topic of what would happen to the Six Stars Club next year came up. Once next year came up. Or not. No, I'm just retarded. I talked with Yamada, and the topic of what would happen to the Stars Club next year, Six Stars Club next year came up. If members increase and our club expands, the options and scale of what we can do will too.
そうですね。
But wouldn't that make other things harder to do? For example, a mini-meet like this. I didn't hate the current atmosphere. I don't hate the current atmosphere, so I wanted to enjoy it while we could. Cherish the chances to make memories. Those are my thoughts. Large part wasn't so deep, and just because I wanted to stargaze, though. Huh, Yoshioka? I noticed her lack of reply and called to her.
すみません。大丈夫です。ちゃんと聞いてます。
Oh, okay. I wondered if something bothered you.
大丈夫です。話に付き合ってくれてありがとうございます。
Not at all. I'm the one who originally brought it up. Then I'll see you at the stargazing meet.
よろしくお願いします。それではおやすみなさい。
And to call and put my phone down. I answered her while thinking at the same time, but she sort of managed to put my feelings into words. I wonder how she took them. How were they perceived? I guess there was no point worrying about it.
今しかできないこと。
Today I have our planetary observation. I got ready and headed towards the observation spot.
早いね、空見。
So you say, but you're the first one here. Toyota was already there. Seems he already started preparing and setting up equipment. He was pretty reliable in this area of
準
expertise.
備がいろいろあるしね。まだ明るいうちの撮影だから、いつもと勝手が違うよ。
And I don't know much about that field. Sorry for pushing it all on you.
いいよ。カメラとかは僕らの領分ってことで。そっちはそっちで楽しんでてよ。
He set up the camera to face the western sky. You should be able to see the planet from that direction.
おーす、来てよ
Hey, Kari, thanks for coming. Kari showed up not too long after
お
me.
腹すくだろうから、 差し入れのおやつも持ってきた。
I'm sorry about all this sniffing. Oh, thanks. I guess I didn't think that far ahead.
いいってことよ。そっちは発案者なんだから、どっしり構えてなさい。ってね、アキトくん、こんばんは。
Oh, why, hello there! Also, someone pointed out to me after like in the comments of part 1. Her voice! I should have recognized it immediately. So I came too, but not
こん
alone.
ばんは、皆さん。ご一緒させていただいてよろしいでしょうか。
That's you. That's you from the Dizzy Demons Are in Love with Me. Give the mini-me to, Kogane.
はい。よろしくお願いします。
The girl following Saya was a new member of the Seisen Astronomy Club. Tamaki Kogane. She found interest in astronomy through Project Starlight and joined as a true astronomy member, not for the manga club that once used it as a disguise. It hadn't been that long since she joined, so I suppose today would be the first time she watched the stars with
今日の
us.
ことを話したら、一緒に行きたいって言ってくれて、大丈夫だよね。
It'll be fairly plain, but the more the merrier. Enjoy yourself, Kogane.
はい。楽しませていただきます。
She graciously bowed. Not graciously, or whatever I said. I found an upper-class elegance in her actions.
いい感じの子だね。仲良くなれるかな。
If she's Sai's junior, I'm sure she'll get along with you too.
よし、ちょうどいいや。歓迎会のつもりで楽しんでもらおっと。皆さんもう揃っていらっしゃったんですね。
Then Yoshioka appeared. For this, everyone was...
いい天気ですわね。今日も絶好の星見日和ですわ。
For some reason, an alumna was behind her. Even you came, Shiratori?
話を聞いて面白そうって思いましたの。ちょうど予定が空いていて暇でしたし。
Like she finds out. Just grabs her phone. Calls someone. Cancel the test. I'm going stargazing, bitch.
すみません。わがままに付き合わせてしまうようで。
No, not at all. Shiratori's special. The Six Stars Club welcomes her. Right, Yoshioka?
はい、もちろん。楽しんでいってもらえたら、こちらとしても嬉しいです。
そちらの方は。
Korone, who watched our exchange, looked at Shiratori. Shiratori graciously bowed with her hand to her
明
chest.
光学院天文部の前部長、そしてむつら星の会の前会長、白鳥織姫です。
聖戦女子天文部小金井玉木です。よろしくお願いします。
She nodded her head. Hikari took both their hands and made them shake.
白鳥さんは今のむつら星の会を復活させた功労者。その上美人。もうすごい人よね。
そうですね。後ほどお話を聞かせていただきたいです。
Like low key thinking about it, one of the big contributors to reviving the club is Octo. Like, is he just gonna be like passed down in the club or something like that? like these people. Like, it's not even like from the other schools. Like, these three are basically the reason why this has persisted. Like, these three didn't want to stop even after everyone else said no. And they decided to put some effort into it. The two madams greeted each other. Shiratori looked somewhat happy, possibly from seeing the existence of new members with her own eyes. Now then, let's wait for sunset. I'll leave the photos to
こ
you.
っちはバッチリ。任せて。
The sun sank while dyeing the sky a dark red. We each passed the time in our own way, waiting for the moment. The winter twilight soon came. The sun sank, and the sky turned the color of night, starting in the east. But the sun's light still remained. The rays from the horizon lit up the sky. Some time needed to pass after sunset in order to see the stars. It was too bright for that now. The star was only visible for a short time after the sun passed under the horizon, though.
あれが、そうでしょうか。
Ooh. That is quite a gorgeous CG. It also has a really nice spot for the number again. Yoshioka came next to me while I peeked through binoculars. She looked at the same western sky, searching for the planets. Yeah, I could see it. Mercury's a little hard too, though. The three lights huddled together, forming a small triangle, and chased the sun down to the west. Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn are the three planetary approaches. Planets shone brighter than fixed stars, and we could ascertain them even now. Planets of the solar system moved to the star-studded night skies if wandering about. Though they were normally vastly separated, we were able to absorb this rare proximity that only happened once every few years.
さすがに土星の輪とかは見えませんね。
It's probably impossible without a telescope, but then you can only see one thing at a
なら
time.
やはり、こうしているのが一番ですね。
We gazed at the sky together. As we did so, the sky's red gradually faded, deepening the night. Planets hovering above the horizon would sink before long. The event only lasted a moment, and I experienced it with Yoshioka by my side. But actually seeing it really is a little plain, isn't it? Sight was nothing as brilliant as the meteor showers we saw before. If you looked without knowing, it was just some slightly brighter lights lined up. Felt unease at Yoshioka's quietness, so those words rushed out. Wonder if this was something worth gathering everyone for. I guess.
そんなことありませんよ。私は、楽しいです。
But she did not mind certainty and
いつ
smiled.
もはバラバラに回っている星が、夜空の中で巡り合う、ほんのわずかな時。それに立ち会えるなんて、ワクワクするじゃないですか。
I concur. Her smile brought me relief. She had a passion for astronomy just like I did. Didn't show often, but even she was a member of the Six Stars Club. Would never forget my feelings for the stars. There was no way I wouldn't understand just how valuable the ensemble of stars before me was. Mercury is on the left side to us right now, spinning around the sun. Far, far off, on the opposite side, are Jupiter and Saturn. The planets were scattered, separated by a stupendous distance. Even if you called it an approach, it was nothing more than appearance. But being within the same solar system, they might as well have been neighbors in space. Because far off stars were littered behind them.
途方もなく広大な宇宙で、バラバラに回っている星たち。でも今この瞬間だけ、私たちからは寄り添って見える。そう思うと、なんだかすごいです。
Her solemn eyes possessed an unquestionable light. Her feelings were every bit as certain as the romantic Shiratori's.
ありがとうございます。空見くん、一緒に星が見られてよかったです。誘ってもらえて嬉しかったですよ。
Likewise. And thank you for going along with my unreasonable plans. What is it?
いえ、空見くんは本当に星が好きなんだな、と。
Why all of a sudden?
星を見た後はいつもそうやって素敵な笑顔を浮かべていますから。
She looked at me and smiled. My pulse quaking for an instant at her sudden gaze. She was the same, was she not? I could plainly tell that she loved the stars by looking at that smile. The planets finally sank, and the faintly remaining twilight vanished. In its place, the stars that the sun's light hid buried the sky. We decided this to be the next scene we would enjoy.
秋田、望遠鏡見せてもらっていい？
Yeah, go for it. It's all set up.
ありがとう。さや、たまきちゃん、こっちこっち。
Saya and Kogane came over at her call. It seemed she planned to show the newcomer, Kogane, the
ありがとう
stars.
ございます。ほうき星さん。初心者なのでご教授お願いします。いいってこと。星の美しさを教えてあげよう。
じゃあこれ使わせてもらうね。ありがとう、はっくん。
good if it can be. It's good that it can be put to use for the club. Use it as much as you want. Now then, I lent out the telescope, so what to do? Literally just lie down on the floor somewhere and just watch the sky. That's what I would do. What was Toyota up to? Oh, how's the photography?
ああ、空見。大丈夫だよ。はっきりわかる感じで撮れてると思う。
I called to Toyota while he cleaned up his equipment. He seemed to accomplish his original objective with no issues.
それでこの後なんだけど、先に戻ってていいかな。作業は早めに済ませちゃいたいから。
No problem. Everything else is stuff we brought, so we'll be sure to clean up.
悪いね。じゃあまた。
He quickly pulled out. Now, what should I do? I felt awkward putting into Hikari and the others, so maybe I should hang around Yoshioka's group. Looked around and met eyes with her. But only for an instant. She may have been talking to Shiratori and looked back to her. Felt like she was looking this way, but maybe it's my imagination. Anyway, I would feel bad intruding on them. Guess I'll play with Hikari's group after all.
どうわかる？その赤く光ってるのが。
はい。これが火星なのですね。こうして見ると、本当に赤いです。
火星人は見えるかな？タコみたいなやつ。
見えるのですか？すみません。どこにいるのかまでは。
ちょっと光、はしゃぎすぎだよ。ごめん。でも新しい人が来てくれるの嬉しくてさ。
Kokone looked through the telescope while coached by Sai and Hikari. Right now, it seems she was looking at Mars. Sai, how are things going?
いい感じだよ。綺麗に晴れててよかったね。
素晴らしい星景色。ありがとうございます。確かにこれは夢中になれそうです。ほうき星先輩がプロジェクトで語っていた星のきらめきに魅せられた心もわかる気がします。
I'm glad. I hope we continue to get along as members of the same club. She was a heart we reached during Project Starlight. I understood Hikari's excitement. We probably still have a little time left, so let's look at some more.
なら、アンドロメダ銀河とかどうかな？
名前は聞いたことがあります。でも、これで見えるのですか？
バッチリ見えるよ。見えすぎるくらい。じゃ、行ってみよう！
Meeting livened up with our new companion. Seems like it'd be a fun night.
吉岡、どうしました？いえ、なんでもありません。
I came to my senses at Senpai's voice. It seems I spaced out a little. We finally had a stargazing meet together after so long. I couldn't have her see me be careless.
空見くんのことを見ていたでしょう。別にそういうわけではないですよ。そうですわね。さっきは目が合いそうになって慌てていたようですし。そんなことないですって。冗談ですわ。吉岡は相変わらずですわね。もう、せっかくの観望会なんですから、私よりも星を楽しんでくださいよ。
Why not both?
こうしているだけで十分ですわ。星空の下の語り合い。それだけでも心が躍るでしょう。
The starry sky stretched overhead. It certainly was, as she said. I loved the stars, and that was why I was here now, as an astronomy club member. The invitation to this meet made me truly happy. Didn't know if my words of gratitude made their way to Sorami properly, but this was fine. I seemed to be teaching the newcomer with Hikari and the others.
やっぱり見ているではありませんか。いえ、空見くんだけではないですよ。ヒカリさんたちも一緒ですから。
I'm not looking at Octo. The others are there as well. There was no falsehood in those words. I stared intently at Sarami's group, happily surrounding the
そ
telescope.
れで何か思うところが？何がですか？
Senpai's eyes were kind. She still looked at me with the same air she watched over me with during her presidency.
吉岡の目に何か感情がこもっている気がしまして。
気のせいだったかしら？
確かにその通りかもしれません。少し思っていました。空見くんたちが羨ましいなって。
I murmured with my chest on my hand as if unraveling my feelings. Senpai listened sincerely without
空
teasing
見
me.
くんとひかりさん、さやさん、3人は昔から一緒に天体観測をしていたんですよね。
ええ、そう聞いています。周囲から評価されるほど熱心に活動していたとか。
その頃とは環境も全然違うはずなのに、こんなに無邪気に心底楽しそうに今も星を見ている。それが少し羨ましく思えてしまいます。
あら、吉岡はそうでもない？いえ、
それは違います。私も星は好きです。そのことは空見くんにも負けません。
Senpai smiled after my immediate
や
reply.
はり即答してくれますわね。少し意地悪な質問でした。
もう、先輩は。
でも、やはり思うところがある、と。
Senpai reiterated what I said a short while ago. Slowly revealed what I held inside.
先輩にも言いましたよね。プロジェクトの成功のおかげで、むつら星の会がもっと活発になるかもしれないって。
She feels as though it was all them and none her.
ええ、部員が増えるという話ですね。喜ばしいことです。
先輩が目指していた賑やかな部活を、ようやく形にできる。そのことは確かに、喜ぶべきことです。でも正直言うと、不安な部分もあって。
My voice unwillingly shrunk as I spoke those words that exposed my weakness. But Senpai looked at me with an earnest face, urging me forward.
むつら星の会も、今とは違う別の形になってしまうような気がして、本当に私は会長を続けていけるのかと。
Hachi.
吉岡ならできますわ。私はそう信じていますもの。
でも、ちゃんとやっていけるか、先輩みたいに立派になっているか、自信がないですから。
私のようにでなくてもいいのです。吉岡が望むことを、吉岡のやり方で貫き通していけばいいのですわ。
It's really starting to get annoying over here. No, hold on. Be right back. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, we're living on a prayer. I don't know why I have that stuck in my head right now. Like, I actually had Love is a Serious Battle stuck in my head all fucking day. And yes, I mean like different versions. Mostly Azumi's version though, because Azumi's best girl. Anyways, the words seeped into my heart. Even though they seemed flippant on the surface, I couldn't help but feel affection deep down.
そうですね。弱音を吐いてもいられません。
OG としてとしか言えませんけれど、きっと吉岡なら大丈夫。信じていますから。でも、疲れたら口を聞くくらいはしてあげましょう。可愛い後輩の困りごとを聞くくらいは問題ありません。変わっていくことを寂しく思う気持ちが理解できないわけではありませんもの。
先輩。
I held back my inadvertently welling tears towards her kindness. I was still okay. I had to work hard as a president to meet expectations. And not just for Senpai, but Sorami as well, for caring for me in the same way.
やっぱり先輩は優しいですね。それに、空見くんも。
空見くんも？
今日の官房会を提案してくれたのは彼なんです。
Our gaze naturally turned towards him, absorbed in looking through the telescope, chatting and smiling. Looked like fun. He surely used to look up at the stars like this in the past, and will from now on. He was a strong, reliable person. His presence may have been a part of the reason I could continue as
部員
president.
が増えて六つら星の会も賑やかになる。でもだからこそ今しかできないこともあるかもしれない。だから思い出作りのチャンスを大事にしたい。そう言っていました。
空見くんがそんなことを。
Senpai should have known him well. What saved the Mako Astronomy Club's plan to revive the Six Stars Club on the verge of a standstill was Sorami's intent to participate. Indeed, from then on, his actions have supported us at the club. Miko's support held us up, both the ruminative Shiratori and the apprehensive me. I was glad he was by me. I honestly believed so. That wonderful smile of his I saw before was etched plainly into my heart.
空見くんのようになれたらって思います。星に対しては何より真剣で頼りがいがある素敵な人で、なんだか言葉で言い表すのは難しいのですが、とにかくそんな気持ちなんです。
I mean, it doesn't sound that hard to express it in words. There's a word literally that's like made to express this kind of fucking emotion. Fucking love. God damn it!
あら、吉岡がそんなことを言うなんて。
Another senpai looking at me in slight shock.
私に憧れるよりも空見くんを見ているなんて、これは成長とも言えるのかしら。
Like Jesus Christ, she looks at him, someone with more affection than towards me. That's a rarity. That's a possibility even.
いえ、先輩はもちろん目標です。でも、空見くんも私にとっては大事なんです。
あら、まあ。
Her surprise felt a bit strong. Her expression relaxed and she smiled, half astounded.
何ですか?
Hello?
いいえ。
Now, was that just cut off?
私よりも空見くんを慕っている。乙女が抱く思いとしては自然でしょう。
Like, Orihime's going to fuck it up here. Feel. I adore Sorami. The feelings of a woman. Could it be phrased like that? It's not exactly as if,
そんな顔しないで。冗談で。
そんな、ないですよ。
Hold on, what was her voice actress again? Because I feel like I heard some Ayachi in there. I may be wrong. Yoshioka, sky, full of stars, VN database. Fine days. I was wrong. I'm that retarded. Who did she remind me of then? Let's see. Oh, she voices someone in rants. In a game called JK Bitch Paco Paco Life. What the fuck kind of title is that? Oh, that's just straight up porn. It is 2 to 10 hours long, and the title is literally just titties everywhere. This one is just for porn. Jesus. There was one called Sorakoi, which, is the ending theme for Alcana. Hold on. I'm fucking retarded. Asuka! I forgot Asuka's name. I'm not good with names. Shut the fuck up. Golden hour. Huh. Guess it sounded similar to Golden Time. That's why I was confused. Sex open world yokoso. What? Thanks to an accident, our protagonist, Sejima Seiya, awakens to find himself in the parallel world of Rollantide. In the land of Rollantide, there is an ancient legend which has been long held by the people. From a hero who arrives from a parallel land shall come the seed which will end the era of war. There is no doubt that the seed spoken thereof is that of our protagonist. What am I, a stud horse? Our hero thinks to himself. Yet, even be that as it may, our protagonist can't help but want to do it. And besides, to become the father of heroes is to become king of the world. And so it goes. Led by the legends, beautiful women from all over the world begin to converge in order to claim our protagonist's seed. Maybe these heroines secretly desire to unite the world on their country's banner. Or maybe they just don't want to have sex with the hero. Our main character's days of being exploited by beautiful women begins now. Like, what? Like, what? What the fuck? Also, I don't recognize any of these games, so I'm just retarded, apparently. I think someone just called me a golem-like weirdo. I think someone just called me a golem-like weirdo. Like, I just got a notification that on some video someone commented about finding a golem-like weirdo. What the fuck? This misunderstanding wouldn't do. I had to do something to get rid of it. After all, there was no way that someone like me, someone else, that'd feel adoration towards the opposite sex! Did she think she was gay? That's rude to the opposing party, what?
ちょっとよしおか落ち着いてどうか落ち着いて
何ちょっと、どうしたの？
どうもしてませんはい退散しますよしおか大丈夫です落ち着いてほらどう
She's just petting her like a fucking like riled up cat. Why'd you giving me the bedroom eyes, though? Somehow managed to calm my breathing and pulse. My shoulder held by Senpai. Goodness gracious, I completely fell to pieces.
すみません。ちょっと変になっていました。
そうですわね。これはどちらなのかしら。叫ぶほど彼のことが嫌いなのか、それとも今まで全く意識していなくて、吉岡の性格なら多分後者でしょうね。
先輩？
はい、大丈夫ですわ。なんとなくですが察した気がします。
まったく、先輩も意地悪ですよ。変なことをいきなり言い出すから。
本当に変なことですの？
どういうことですか？
Senpai made an exceedingly dubious face and stared at me closely. She chose her words carefully, then opened her mouth while letting her eyes
あなた
wander.
の反応を見る限り、やはり空見くんのことを意識しているのでは？
空見くんを意識？
ですから、その男性として好意をですわ。
Conscious. Fits the glove. Love.
落ち着きなさい。それはもういいですから。
She covered my mouth with all her strength as I nearly shouted.
やっぱり何か。
大丈夫ですわ。大丈夫ですわ。
Everyone comes over one by one. Like, are you okay? And then suddenly Salami just comes over. Leave! You're not to hear anything here!
吉岡、大丈夫です。落ち着いて話をしましょう。
I accidentally cut her off again, I think. She released me and I breathed heavily. Even I could feel the deep red in my face.
やはりそうなのでしょ。吉岡自身気づいていなかっただけで。まさか。恋愛沙汰に里いわけではなくとも、私にもわかります。こんな反応を見せられれば嫌が王にも。吉岡、あなた、空見くんに恋をしているでしょう。
Me. In love. That's impossible. Does she think she's unfeeling or something? Alright, guess we should head out soon. I checked the time. Today's meet would end before long. We even pulled off Kogane's impromptu introduction. I overflowed with a sense of fulfillment. On the other end, there were also parts I wasn't satisfied with. What were Yoshioka and Shiratori doing over there?
二人にしかわからない何かがあるのかな。
Made a fuss or something at one point, and Hikari and Sai were driven away, so the truth remains in darkness. When I looked at them again, Rima was thinking of something with a sour expression. Yoshioka averted her eyes the moment they met mine. Wondered if I did something rude, but nothing came to mind. Oh well, we had plenty of results from the day. Toyoda's pictures would, without a doubt, go over well on the block. Hikari suddenly spoke while messing with her phone, then ran this way. Showed me the screen. A number of messages sent to the 6 Stars social network account were displayed on it. Whoops, fuck.
この人たち惑星接近を観察してみたって言ってる人が結構いるよ。しかもムツラ星の会のブログで知ったって。本当だ。こっちもデモンファンになってくれてるんだね。私たちの呼びかけが形になってる。これはもう今回のプロジェクトも成功ってことね。
She took a heroic pose that would fit in a new Comet Girl promo. I did not read an M there. I read an N there on accident and was very confused.
よーし、アキト勝利のハイタッチ。
Ah, high five. I met her raised hand with mound, releasing a satisfying sound.
はい、じゃあさやも一緒にハイタッチ。
Yeah?
もう相変わらずなんだから。はい、タッチ。
Pressed by Hikari, Saya mixed in.
たまきちゃんもおいで。
わかりました。せっかくの歓迎ですものね。
Yay. Even Kokone joined the high five. I didn't hate it, and it wasn't bad as a welcome, I guess.
はーい、白鳥さんと吉岡ちゃんも。空見くんと。
She took her hand and forced her to high five me. What is that? What's going on? She literally just dragging around Akito by his wrist, just grabbing other people's wrists. High five! Just making them high five each other. Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? Hey, wait. Didn't it look like Yoshioka really didn't want to do that?
さあ、白鳥さんも。
She rose her hand wordlessly. We high-fived despite the awkwardness.
吉岡をよろしく頼みますわ。
Huh? Oh, right. In that moment, she whispered something only I could hear. Is that about what we were talking about on the phone? It felt more serious than that. What exactly did she mean?
じゃあ今日はこれで解散。みんなお疲れ様。
Our gathering reached its end with Hikari's final peppy words. The result was an unexpected dichotomy between confidence at our success and newborn doubts regarding Yoshioka. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh, mama. You know, I was gonna end the part, but I think some changed my mind just now. I went home after the meeting, ate, bathed, and bathed. It was late at night. I passed the time in my room before falling asleep.
コメント増えてる。
Reactions from readers of the Six Stars blog had increased when I looked. People saying that they saw today's approach, others saying they couldn't due to weather and looked forward to the photos. Reactions varied, but the contents were the same. They enjoyed the day. They were grateful to the Six Stars Club for giving them the chance. One could say this, too, was a success. Looking back, it was a good day for me as well. Gathering everyone, watching the stars, speaking with Senpai, being told those things.
空見くん。
I whispered that name. It was directed at nobody, and no reaction came. Right, no one was looking at me right now. I was alone in this room. Oh no!
私は
Completely lost it at the time. The unexpected words put me in total chaos. But after being soothed by Senpai and calming my nerves with a bath, I was able to put my feelings in order. So it came into me, my own heart. The recording surface stilled, allowing light to reach the bottom. There were heaps of memories there. Many recollections of the Meiko Academy Astronomy Club, of our activities of the Six Stars Club. I met them in the clubroom that day. They answered our call. They brought together friends, cheered us on. We made a task up together, taught so many people about the joys of looking at the night sky. You arrived at Six Stars Club and made our massive project a success. The person who we left those traces with. A wonderful, precious man. Oh. My honest feelings surprised even me, making my face relax unconsciously. But I didn't mind. No one else was here.
そうなんだ。私は空見くんが好きになってる。
Oh, who's a Sarami? Her mom says as she stands behind her. Ah! I became aware of that awakening. Me of all people. I didn't know if it would bear fruit. Maybe it was one-sided. But still, my feelings of affections weren't questionable.
いけないいけない。落ち着こう。
I shook my head and quelled my thoughts. I took deep breaths, restraining my pulse. What do I do now? What should I do? Didn't know yet, but I was nervous, but
空見くん。
his face came to mind by calling his name. It even felt as if we were together until just now. Profile as he stared at the stars, those unwavering eyes, they were so cool. He put his feelings towards the stars into words and showed me that dazzling smile. My heart throbbed. It made me happier than anything that we carried the same dream. I was proud.
気づいてなかったとか。もう、バカだな。私。でも、気づけた。先輩のおかげで。そうだ、ちゃんと言わなきゃ。お礼しないと。
Whoops, that's the wrong chat. You suddenly accidentally confessed. I got my heart and started typing a message on my phone. Oh no, is that actually what's gonna happen? Whew. I tended to my telescope, then sighed. They did mention... Oh my god, they mentioned the whole typo thing earlier! With the... Oh, too bad you can't delete messages that easily anymore. Is that what's gonna happen? Is that what's gonna happen? She just accidentally sends it to him and desperately tries to find a way to delete it but can't. So she's just like, what Forget what you saw! Forget what you read! Ignore the above message! Or I will lynch you! Is that what's gonna happen? Oh no, honey! I stretched out my legs out under the kotatsu. I let out a big yawn. I guess I should go to sleep soon. What's this? I heard my phone's message notification go off. I looked at the screen while lying down.
吉岡です。今日はお疲れ様でした。
Some Yoshioka, probably just words of appreciation after the meet. I thought of my replying while yawning, something like, I'm happy as long as you had fun or
忙しい
something.
中でも来ていただけてありがとうございました。
It is what's happening! It is what's happening! The next message came before I could reply. Shoot, I had to respond. Busy schedule. I wasn't the one to propose it, so I wasn't exactly busy. What did she mean?
それと取り乱してしまったこともお見苦しいところを見せてしまいました。
More messages came as my fingers stopped in doubt. She definitely acted strange before,
で
but...
も先輩の言葉は助かりました。嬉しかったです。
This is Fushinatori, isn't it? Seems she had the addresses confused. She didn't notice she was having this personal talk with me. I felt bad about that, so I had to point it
お
out.
かげで自分の気持ちにも気づくことができました。
I was about to type a reply when my fingers stopped again. Felt a kind of foreboding. Someone whispered to me deep down, telling me I had to stop this one-way conversation. I took my fingers off the screen and watched in
先
silence.
輩がおっしゃった通りです。私は彼のことを異性として意識しています。
Oh god, just at the end of her text, like she doesn't even realize it yet, and the real message just comes like, "That is fucking awkward." That's quite a that is a strange thing for senpai to say. Oh no. Whoa! Conscious of the opposite sex? Even I understood what that meant. So they were talking about love. Yoshioka was in love with someone? Not good. This was not good. I couldn't look at this. Missed texts continued during my
今日の
distress.
官房会でも確かに彼のことを見ていました。やはり自分に言い訳はできません。
Is he gonna be an idiot? Oh no, she likes Toyoda. Because something tells me that's what's gonna happen. And he's gonna try to help hook them up. And she's just gonna get pissed. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You like Toyota, don't you? No, I don't. How would you think that? Messages, bitch! What? Whoops, fuck. Huh? That is me. She was messaging Shirotori, so obviously that meant the one at the reservoir today. Looking at him, the boys there were Toyoda and...
一緒に星を見て、その時に彼の笑顔に見せられて、それではっきり分かったのかもしれません。
Watch the stars together? Hold up. Toyoda took pictures alone, right? So it wasn't him. Okay, thank God, he's not being an idiot. Meaning? Oh, why? No way. Him? Was me?
この恋がどうなるかは分かりませんが、また助言をいただくかもしれません。これからもよろしくお願いします。と。
I heaved a sigh, my gratitude conveyed to Senpai. I leaned my body against the cushion and felt my quickened heartbeat. I ended up speaking the contents of what I typed halfway through. If anyone other than Senpai heard this, it would be a mess. Oh no, let's hope that doesn't happen. Whew, it was still a secret, love. Secret to everyone else. Oh, that really right down into the ground. Never thought I would ever feel something like that. If I were in Senpai's position, I would undoubtedly be exasperated, both my body and mind were that flimsy at the moment.
返事は明日かな。
She hadn't responded yet. It wasn't that I wanted it soon, but I was still a little scared of being ignored. I wonder if she would be put off by my sudden enthusiasm. How would she see this message?
既読になってるじゃないですか。もう。
Seems she read the string of messages already. Maybe she was waving on a response. Wherefore, how she normally reacted quickly. And when I told her about the mini-meet yesterday, she immediately said she would go.
あれ
When I look back at the log, I felt something to miss. The messages we exchanged yesterday were replaced with different
ちょっ
ones.
と電話しても良いでしょうか
I don't mind. Oh no. I had no memory of this conversation. I didn't call set by yesterday.
何これ
Wait. Wait a minute.
空見くん
The other person's name was Sorami. This wasn't right. This wasn't learned from when I called him the day before last.
嘘でしょえだって
It couldn't be. The log from today that followed. I scrolled with a trembling
お
finger.
かげで自分の気持ちにも気づくことができました
Is she gonna take mental damage with each message she reads?
先輩がおっしゃった通りです私は彼のことを異性として意識しています
It feels like she's taking mental damage with every message she
今日の
she
観望
reads.
会でも確かに彼のことを見ていましたまさか
There they plainly were. Texts I wrote just earlier. The recipient of every single one was Salami. I messed up! I gloriously messed up the address! No way! How could this be? This can't be! Impossible! Inconceivable! Why? Who would do such a thing? Me! This was not the suicide! What? To be this of all things? My hidden womanly feelings? Mistexted! What's more than a person I at least wanted to know? The worst possible person to know! Screaming this out is gonna be weird for every person upstairs that can hear this. Like, what's he talking about his womanly feelings? What? Is there something he needs to be telling us? Oh boy! This must happen! I need to erase it! How do I do it again? How do I erase it? I don't know how to erase it! Honoka doesn't get it! Why did she suddenly switch to third person? Is mom just gonna come in like, what the fuck are you being so loud for? It was too late to even erase them! They want me to see a receipt on every single embarrassing message my secret love revealed. Wait, calm down, calm yourself, Honoka Yoshioka. Look closely at them. It's still okay. Now death shouldn't be instant. I'm safe then. It's horrendously embarrassing, but you shouldn't be able to tell it's about Salami, so I should make out with just a lethal.
一緒に星を見てその時に彼の笑顔に見せられて
Hold on.
それではっきり分かったのかもしれません
ちょっとほのか何騒いでるの
Morning came. I woke up with a large yawn. Tired. My body felt heavy and my eyelids would fall if I wasn't careful. Oh boy, I know that feeling. It was only natural. In the end, I really couldn't really sleep last night. Reason went without saying.
どうしたんだお前。
Takichi spoke up soon after I arrived at school. Not obvious, huh? I didn't get much sleep. Man, mornings are a pain.
何かあったのか？
No comment! Can't talk about the cause here, obviously. Yoshioka's dignity was at stake. Simply conveying it to me was beyond expectations for her. Spreading it even more would be too cruel. But she did mean to tell Shiratori. I wonder if she ended up still doing that. Curious. Wonder was there a way to nonchalantly probe into
いい
it.
ことでもあったん？
Huh? Why? There was an intentionally impetus voice at his unexpected
Yeah.
words.
寝不足っぽいのはわかるけど、それだけじゃないっつうか。微妙ににやけてね。
Grinning me? I didn't realize. Was I happy? I reread Yoshioka's mistexts over and over last night and still only reached one conclusion. She had feelings for me. She was conscious of me as someone of the opposite sex. Come to think of it, it had been over a year since we met. We weren't always together, but when we actively worked in the club, naturally our time with each other increased. And we shared the same hobby. Even if she was normally serious and placid, her inner passion wouldn't lose to any other members. A girl like that thought fondly of me. Thinking on it, it didn't feel all that crazy. And I was, happy, huh? Maybe so.
そうなのか？マジで何があったんだよ。
Basically, it's that kind of thing
い
talking.
や、わかんねえよ。どうしちまったんだお前。
The Six Stars Club meeting was planned today. Wonder how Yoshioka was doing. I ultimately heard nothing after her messages. What should I say to her in person? How on earth was she taking this? My imagination didn't rest. Is she just gonna wear like a fucking mask? Like one of those like big the best way to describe it would be Futaba's mask from Persona. Just wear one of those at the meeting. Maybe it was a bit of fear, but not in a negative way. I'm looking forward to the
なん
meeting.
だ、天文部のことなのか？よくわかんねえけど、頑張れよ。
Never thought I'd carry these luxurious worries. The curtain rose on commotion early in the new year. I visited Meiko Academy in order to attend the Six Stars meeting. Coming here became part of my daily life. Despite its initially imposing scenery, it felt familiar now. I entered the building and walked down the hall to the club room. People seemed to be inside already. Hey guys! Korona looked up from putting papers together for the meeting. I bowed lightly to the other members who got here first. Yoshioka didn't seem to be here. Where's Yoshioka?
ちょっと今外に出てる。
Her answer was evasive. She seemed to avert her gaze in distress. Huh? Did something
よ
happen?
くわかんないんだけど、今日部長なんか様子が変でね。気分悪いとかなら休んでいいよって言ったんだけど、大丈夫だからって。でも心配だよ。秋に何か知らない？
But weird? I don't know anything.
そっか。そろそろ戻ってくると思うんだけど。
Just then the door opened.
すみません、コロナさん。戻ります。
Yoshioka entered and intensely reacted to me. Her body jolted almost to the point that she jumped. She looked away from me, walked around the corner to the room to her seat, taking the largest possible distance from me.
どうしたんすか？
いえ、大丈夫です。なんでもありません。
Anyone could tell her actions were anything but normal. The other members looked at her suspiciously. But I was the only one here who knew the reason. I was shocked, but accepted the truth that to an extent had composure enough to feel a little happy about it. But as for her, she looked like she had fallen into a grim mental state. Oh boy. The others finally arrived and the meeting began. First was the president's address as usual, but... Yoshioka trembled with her head down. I could only get a glimpse from her, glimpse from here, but her face was a deep red. She was obviously abnormal, even to the others. Corona's worries were probably justified.
挨拶。本日はお日柄もよく。
She somehow looked up and greeted us, but in a trembling voice, occasionally throwing it too high. Blatant unrest shocked through everyone. The attending members looked at each other. This didn't look good at all.
では報告します。昨日の観測の分は今日ブログ更新してもらいました。早速コメントがついてます。
Corona helplessly took over and started the report while peeking at Yoshioka's condition. What a courageous junior.
ほうき星さんから話を聞きましたが、成功だったようで。ああ、そんなに多くないけどいい反応だった。ってのはいいとして。
What the fuck's going on with Yoshioka?
何？吉岡ちゃん、どうしたの
？Yoshioka requested a remark, but requested a remark, but Yoshioka wasn't listening. Wasn't even certain where she was looking. Nobody could speak up for a while. Their growing doubt was palpable.
吉岡ちゃん、大丈夫
？She called to her louder and she finally reacted, but it was still excessive.
なんでしょう、ひかりさん。いや、さっきから吉岡ちゃん様子がおかしいから。ちゃんと話聞いてた？何言ってるんですか？聞いてましたよ。
Everyone's hearts rejected that lie.
わかった。じゃあ、いつもの進行よろしく。はい。では、
She really wasn't listening. Might be good to assume relying on her now would be impossible. Why don't... Right when I tried to propose this, shut off! An unusual reaction.
びっくりした。どうしたの？すみません。どうぞ。
She shrunk down, her face dark red. Was she really going to be okay? The president seems out of sorts today, so maybe it would be best to have Kusakabe proceed things in her place.
そうだよね。部長、ちょっと休んでて。すみません。
For now, we just need to go on with the meeting. Corona took her place as moderator and reported on Toyoda's photos of the planets. She also summarized her response online and wrapped up feeling confident in our results. At any rate, our initial plans ended without incident. Six Stars Club would take a breather. We also talked briefly about future plans. All the while, Yoshioka trembled red in the face.
お疲れ様でした。
The meeting ended and the air in the club room relaxed. People ready to go started to leave. Meanwhile, what I needed to do first was settled. Yoshioka! My words made her jolt. When I approached her, she pulled back and looked ready to run away.
なんでしょうか。
Her eyes darted around with incredible vigor. She sent her gaze all over the place, unable to look at me directly. But I couldn't leave her like this. If I didn't do anything, I'd be way too worried about her from now on. About yesterday's... Hey, wait! She dashed out without leaving time to stop her. I listened to her footsteps grow distant while dumbfounded. I wouldn't be able to even talk like this. I couldn't figure out what to do.
ちょっとアキト。あんた、吉岡ちゃんになんか変なことしたの？
Why do you immediately assume it's his fault? No, the situation was even worse. Everyone left the club room, looked at me, dubious eyes pointed my way. Wait. No, I did read it correctly. Of course they were. Looking at that exchange, I was the cause, no matter how you swung it. No, I didn't do anything. It was a lie, I didn't do anything. I only read the messages that was sent. But still, I couldn't say that. Yoshioka seemed to have taken damage. She couldn't stand back up
で
from.
も会議の時も、アキ兄を見て変な感じになってたような。まさかアキトが妙なことをしたんじゃ。
I didn't, okay? Believe me!
大丈夫だよ。あっくんがそんな、ひどいことするわけないよ。
Why do you not sound so sure about that? Huh? Why? Her dual-colored eyes stared into me. They read that I did nothing to feel guilty over.
信じていいと思う。
Thank God my feelings got through. So I nodded. The others smiled in
で
acknowledgement.
も心配だよ。本当にどうしちゃったんだろう。
あの調子が続くようだと、いろいろ困るんじゃないの？
That I stayed couldn't continue forever. That was for sure. The Six Stars Club's continued existence would be at stake. Could be at stake. I had to do something. I left Mayako Academy and went home to Sao Tome. Since I was probably watching the store right now, might as well say hi. Escaped the cold air outside and entered the store. When I looked at the counter, it's me. Of course, Miharu was sleeping. This is where Miharu's route could have started. I found I need fast asleep. I should wake her up before the manager finds her. Hey, Sensei, you can't do that. Come on, wake up. She opened her eyes and stared daggers at me, probably still half asleep. You have to at least watch the store properly. You're the one who'll regret it later.
眠いのよ。誰のせいだと思ってんの？
What are you referring
あ
to?
んた昨日、一晩中部屋でバタバタゴロゴロしてたでしょ。気になってこっちは眠れなかったのよ。
Oh, that. I definitely couldn't sleep, but I didn't know the damage had spread.
一体何のつもりなのよ。何なの？いきなり筋トレとか始めちゃうの？
No, that's not it. It's kinda hard to explain.
説明しづらいことしてたの？え、まさか、母さんに報告すべきこと？
No, that's not what I mean! It's generally just difficult to explain.
難しい？じゃあ、試しに説明してみてよ。聞いてから私が判断するわ。
I'm telling you I can't! I'm going to my room!
ちょっと、逃げられると思ってるの？私の貴重な睡眠時間を削っておいて。
You were just asleep earlier.
今すぐ説明しなさい。じゃないと、店番なんかストライキしてやる。
Don't be unreasonable! What do I do? No good. Not good. Sensei's mood was taking a nosedive. It was looking like I wouldn't be able to brush it off like this. I had to talk to the extent that I could calm things down. Okay, I'll talk. Yesterday, well, an unfortunate accident occurred.
は？何それ？
How'd I put it? Maybe you could call it an accidental love confession?
告白？あんたが？
I won't say the name out of respect for their privacy, but I received it.
意味わからないから、ちゃんと話しなさい。
I got some messages on my phone yesterday, but they were about some kind of love talk. But it seems they meant to send it to someone else, and I got it instead.
まさか、あんたが好きだとかそういう内容だった？
It wasn't written outright, but it implied that.
なんじゃそりゃ。
She forced a flabbergasted smile. I guess there was no helping that
向
impression.
こうは間違えたって気づいてるの？
From how they acted when I saw them, probably so. They were receipts and all. It was just insanely awkward and we couldn't really talk.
じゃあ、もう仕方ないじゃない。あんたから告白しちゃいなさいよ。
Is that really the issue here? Spat that out like it was given. Like it was a given. I unthinkingly shouted.
向こうの名誉だってあるでしょう。間違いなんかなかったことにして、アキトの方から告白。ほら、これで一件落着じゃない。
Is that really okay?
だって、あんただって別に嫌なわけじゃないでしょ？好きでもない相手から言われたならともかくね。いいきっかけだと思えばいいじゃない。そうすれば向こうも失敗したなんて思わずに済むし、大事なのはあんたの気持ち。そうでしょ？
Yeah. She wasn't someone I didn't like. That was certainly true. After all, it made me happy. What was important was my feelings. Picking that was clear would solve things. It was simple, but felt surprisingly effective. It would be best to act quick in order to save Yoshioka from being driven into a mental corner. My feelings, huh? But I didn't have things in order enough. If I stumbled over my words, I could make things worse. I decided to start thinking things through. Thank you, Sensei. I feel like I got to hear you sound like a teacher for the first time in a while.
余計なこと言わないの。感謝する気持ちがあるなら、代わりに店番寄ってよね。
Tell it to the manager. Well, if you'll excuse me. I was glad I opened up to her. Now then, to my room.
しかし、さやもおっちょこちょいよね。まあ、あの子らしくもあるか。
No, it's not Cyan, no. You know.
あら、そうなんだ。
Whoops.
ちょっとアキト、じゃあ誰なのよ
Oh, it wasn't Saya, okay. Wait, hold on, who it is then? Lost myself in contemplation while looking up at the night sky through my window. I'm going to keep going until 2 hours 30 minutes. I could see a few stars through it, but they still existed, without question. Surely, even now, somewhere, someone was looking at the same stars. Possibly even her. I thought about Yoshioka. She, along with Shiratori, offered me the chance to return to the path of astronomy. She now supported the Six Stars Club as president. Inevitably, the time we spent together became more frequent. My memories of the Six Stars Club are also memories of her. Even still, my consideration of her as a friend was strong. I never even dreamed I'd be ascertaining my feelings like this. On the other hand, how did she see me? Reading those messages made it clear. She never realized, but today's meet became the spark.
一緒に星を見て、その時に彼の笑顔に見せられて、それではっきり分かったのかもしれません。
Thought back on the meaning of that text. Must have been the time we watched the planets next to each other. I had to have been smiling. My heart danced. Thoughts running with the vast space on the other side of the sky's light that expanded before my eyes. Anyone who loved stargazing would like that. And would naturally smile at that. Even I, at the time, was charmed by that smile I saw. Oh, no fair, Yoshioka. Yoshioka smiled. Yoshioka smiled to me, too. Looking back, I think it was natural my heart pounded back then. Because I didn't look up alone. I had companions with me. These were the feelings of the person who gave me that chance. Because I'd always been seeking that. Just as Yoshioka thought of me, I thought of her. That was how it came to me. My heart. In that moment, 2 figures appeared in the back of my mind. Kari and Saya, my close friends whom I held numerous memories of. Friends, was it? I didn't have the confidence to leave it at that. It would be a lie to say I didn't think of them as the opposite sex in any way. But in my heart right now, inside me right now, the largest presence really was her. Alright. I've decided. I'll call her now. What words would I convey? I wonder if she'd be put off. Worry still lingered. My oddest feelings should get through. I had to believe that. Fortunately, although the life I walked right now, throughout the life I walked until now, I'd never experienced such a large event as confessing to a girl. I couldn't stop my nervousness. But as far as embarrassment went, Yoshioka would be far worse right now. How could I hesitate? Okay, let's do this. I straightened my posture and repositioned my phone, then confirmed the contact. Yep, no mistake. I'd like to avoid repeating hers. Phone began ringing. It did so several times. Right through! Hello? It's Sorami.
Hi.
After a concerningly long silence, a response finally came. It was Yoshioka, no doubt. Are you okay? Are you doing okay now?
Hi.
I noticed the stiffness in her voice. It wasn't as bad as during the morning's meeting, but it's still clearly shaken. Although, talking is hard. Well, duh, things were still awkward for her. But with that in mind, I had to broach the subject myself.
Sorami-kun?
I called you to say something. Well, about yesterday. God, it was definitely nerve-wracking. Being as mad as the love yourself needed courage. Not being able to see her face made it even worse. Even more so. Should I have actually told her in person? But she might run in that case, huh?
昨日のことってどのことですか?
The messages. Her breath caught in her throat. Her panic I saw at the club room crossed my mind. That.
やっぱり読んじゃいました。
Yes.
ですよね。全部
Just a sentence. Yes. I read all of it. She went speechless. We wouldn't make any progress like this. In any case, I decided to convey my feelings. So, she suddenly shouted, sending a shock through my ear and stopping my words.
あれは違って本当は空見くんじゃなくて会長宛てなんです
Yeah, I know that much. Shiratori, right? You sent it to me by mistake.
違う間違えたそうじゃなくて違うっていうのは違くて手先はいいんです間違えましたけどそれよりその話の中身についてでして
The contents?
あれです中身の話で変な恥ずかしいとかすごく誤解されるようなそんな文章だったですよね
Misunderstood.
だから恋とか愛とか気持ちとかあれです違うんです最近始めたんですよ執筆活動私いいじゃないですか恋愛小説とか今それ書いてていい感じで中身
Just fucking look at the smirk on her face. She thinks she has the perfect cover story, but it can literally be blown out by him just hanging up, calling Shiratori. Hey, has Honoka been asking you about advice for love stories? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, thanks. So that was bullshit. I see. That's definitely a great hobby. 主人公の心が大盛り上がりの部分です。それについてなんですよ。あれは。I see. So she watched the stars together with the boy and her heart fluttered. そうなんです。笑顔が素敵で男性を意識してしまってどうしようって会長に相談を。Got it. So you consulted with Shiratori? はい。この恋心をどうすべきかって。こんな話。会長に。どうして空見くんに話してるんですか Why was she asking me? いやいや、そもそも違います。だからあれは私じゃなくて主人公の女の子の話です。Even if you say so. 別に私は恥ずかしい文を間違えて送信したわけじゃなくて執筆の相談をしてただけでまあ確かに自作小説なんて見せるの恥ずかしいですけどそういう意味じゃなくて Calm down, let's get the story straight. We won't make progress like this. First, we have to regain composure. Otherwise, Yoshioka's mental state would wear down at an instant. Well, it might have already been. Right now, you're writing your own love stories. The protagonist of your story fell in love with a boy who loved the stars, who loved watching the stars, like her. What made her realize that this was his smile when they stargazed together. She'd never been aware of it until now, so she was restless and consulted with her trusted senpai. But for all the things to happen, she mistook the recipient and sent her love counseling to the boy. At the love story thing was a lie, and I can consider this to be actually about you, right?
はい間違いありません
In short, you love Akito
お
Sorami.
っしゃる通りです
I see.
あれ
Wait, what did I just say? Like he played her like a damn fiddle! With this, I had it straight from her mouth. Yoshioka had feelings for me. She was in love. Now to confirm that clearly, there was no reason to hesitate. So about that, I... She took my phone again with another scream. What in the world was happening on her end? Can I speak? There's something I need to say. Hey, wait! And she hung up. Yoshioka's hung up right now. Hung right up. Man, what's with this? Finally got up the courage to call her. But got thrown around by the chaos and couldn't say anything. Even though she was so serious and calm normally, she really got this terrible when her fuse blew. She's so cute. My honest feelings overflowed from being allowed to have my fill of that unexpected side of her all day. There's no time to relax. Couldn't end like this. I got her to hear clearly that this was no misunderstanding. I got to hear clearly that this was no misunderstanding, so I would get my feelings across for sure next time. Alright, I couldn't let my chance slip by. I immediately pursued with another
お
call.
かけになった番号は現在電源が入っていないか電波が届かない場所にあります。
Seems she turned it off. I know what to turn. Damn it, what should I do? I had to do something. No choice. It was unreasonable to solve this alone. I had to suck it up and rely on someone else. I booted up an app on my phone and sent a message. To Shiratori. You know what, I'm it feels wrong to stop here. Help. This is Sorami. I'm sorry for contacting you all of a sudden. You may already know the situation, but I'd like to ask some advice regarding Yoshioka. Would you be able to talk sometime soon? Thank you. Break my neck and call me Charlie. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Like, I really need to go to bed. I have not been sleeping all too well these past few days, so I just want some rest. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Bye-bye.